Welcome to the Battletoads Retrospective, a video series that aims to recap every game in this toadtastic franchise, leading up to the latest release on Xbox One on August 20th. Join us as we hop from console to console, covering the evolution of Battletoads as they move from the living room to the arcade, from the Game Boy to the Game Gear, and from the Amiga to the Mega Drive. This time we're checking out Battletoads and Battlemaniacs, the penultimate title and final stand against the Dark Queen on home console. Following her defeat from the Battletoads and the Double Dragons in, well, Battletoads and Double Dragon, the Dark Queen has presumably left Earth behind, which is like a total relief for Rash, Pimple, and Zitz. While they're getting familiar with the planet, Professor T-Bird is invited to Tibet for the unveiling of a new virtual reality games console, and brings the Toads along with him to check it out. In a private screening, the Cyclone Corporation powers on the demo for the Battletoads, showing off the world of the gamescape. Everything seems normal at first, until a horse-mounted psycho pig gallops toward the screen and phases through into the real world. Snatching the daughter of the Cyclone Corporation's founder, the pig turns tail to return to the gamescape. Zitz is the first toad to leap into action, but manages to get himself captured as well. It turns out that this whole trap was orchestrated by a disgruntled Cyclone computer programmer named Silas Volkmeyer, and if he's responsible for the similarly titled Inferno from the first Battletoads game, you can be sure that this is one relentlessly vicious dude. Partnering up with the Dark Queen, Volkmeyer challenges the remaining Toads with entering the gamescape and facing off against her in his dark tower. You'll start your virtual conquest on Chaos Mountain, a chain of active volcanoes prone to earthquakes and eruptions. You'll need to survive the shifting landscape and square off against new threats like skeletons and porca pigs. If you can manage to avoid getting roasted, you'll be stonewalled by Rocky. This dude is pretty heavy, so do what you can to avoid getting squashed and then chisel away at the stony swine. Next up is the Tree Hollow, but if you're a longtime Battletoads fan, you'll notice its similarities to the Wookiee Hole from the original game. There are some changes that the Hollow has to keep you on your toes though, like the segments where you're forced to thread the needle through some deviously sharpened logs. If you can pass through the demanding challenge in this killer chasm, you'll move on to the bonus stage, a first for the Battletoads series. You'll need to aim for the white bowling pins as you slide along an endless cosmic chessboard. Each toppled bowling pin gives you some points, and reaching 100 will grant you an extra life. Make sure to avoid the black pins and the bogus scuzz rats, and you should make it out pretty easily. We can't really say the same about the next stage though. Yep, it's our old friend the Turbo Tunnel. Unlike the speeder bike stage featured in Battletoads and Double Dragon, this ride isn't going to be taking it easy on you at all. In fact, you could argue that the Turbo Tunnel in Battlemaniacs is the most difficult and conniving yet. This stage is a great way to burn through your extra lives from the bonus stage, but if you can stay focused and remain agile, you'll move on to another throwback with Karnath's Revenge. If you've played through Karnath's original lair in Battletoads, you'll have a total edge here. But don't be surprised if you're thrown for a loop, because there's some new platforming challenges that'll really test your reaction speed. The snakes have even burrowed into the ice caverns, making the slick surface particularly heinous. Escape this snake pit, and you'll be in for the ride of your life with the tractors. You'll need to escape from a buzzsaw-laden fuzz route in this roller coaster, which itself is a throwback to the Klinger Winger. There are some new threats to deal with on this radical track though, as there are plenty of low walls, missing rails, and ramps that'll send you into the teeth of the buzzsaw. Stay on track and you'll move on to the penultimate stage with another bonus level. Guide your toad into the white dominoes to accumulate points, but avoid the black variants at all costs. The Scuzz Rats will return with some really challenging formations, but survive the onslaught and you'll be prepared for your final showdown with the Dark Queen in the tower. But first, we'll see our final tribute to the original Battletoads game with the Rat Race. Once again, you'll need to descend through the center of the tower and reach 3 dynamite plungers before the Scuzz Rats can. Do what you can to weed through the wooden beams and moving platforms, and you'll advance to the final showdown against the Dark Queen herself. The Queen has some new abilities in this digital domain. She can teleport around the gamescape and use her staff to fire projectiles at the Toads. This vanishing act is bogus, dude. Tail the Queen around her tower and then give her a Battletoads beating with your smash hits. Once the Dark Queen has had enough, she'll totally bail. Returning to the real world, the Toads set their sights on Silas Volkmeyer, who teleports into his own ship above the Cyclone building. Fortunately, the Toads are on the scene to give chase as Volkmeyer flees. In this final chapter, you'll get to fire missiles at the escaping craft, resulting in 2 different endings to Battlemaniacs depending on your success. Battletoads and Battlemaniacs would also see release on the Sega Master System from Virgin Interactive. While the Mega Drive had graphically advanced ports of Battletoads and Battletoads Double Dragon in the past, the Master System was a generation behind, resulting in a port that was graphically inferior to the Super Nintendo. To its credit though, Battlemaniacs Master System did feature all the levels experienced in the Super Nintendo version, except for the final chase against Silas Volkmeyer, which results in only 1 ending. That about covers it for Battlemaniacs in this retrospective. Join us next time as we ready our quarters with the electrifying Battletoads arcade. Catch you later, dudes!